Prime Minister has said the situation in Afghanistan certainly remains very fluid and very complex and challenging in terms of the work that we are doing with partners. I want to thank the officials from the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, from the Department of Defence and the ADF and the Department of Home Affairs and the Australian Border Force for their ongoing efforts. We are working very hard together to support the operations of the Australian activities. I also want to join with the Prime Minister in acknowledging and thanking the United Kingdom for their assistance overnight. There is a lot of work being done where countries can help each other to make sure that we are able to do that. We absolutely know there are continuing significant issues ongoing with access to Hamid Karzai International Airport, and we have seen the reports of those. Overnight, officials from partner countries have met and are working hard together on the ground, particularly led by the United States, to address this, and DFAT Secretary Catherine Campbell participated in that meeting. Ensuring the security of the airport is our priority, and I particularly thank the United States for their effort in that regard. We're also working with other countries now to share lists of potential passengers and to coordinate our information and rescue efforts as we're able to. That is important because of the multiplicity of entry points, the multiplicity of locations across the airport where potential passengers are being dealt with. We're working with our counterparts to ensure that we have a staging area, a designated space at Hamid Karzai International Airport for our Australian citizens and visa holders, and as Prime Minister said, also transporting supplies to support that. There are some who will be waiting for periods of time, not long periods of time. It's not possible to do that, but we want to make sure that we can make them as comfortable as possible. We are continuing to contact those Australians and visa holders and to support them where we are able to get through those checkpoints and into the airport. That is very much a piece of work that we must be doing with partners, particularly the United States, in terms of the security aspects of those movements. We have been concerned by reports that the anti-Taliban protests in some cities have been met by force, and including the fact that there have been deaths amongst peaceful demonstrators in Jalalabad, and Taliban troops reported to have used gunfire and violence to attempt to control crowds around the airport. So suffice to say that this is still, as I said, a very complex and very challenging environment in which to work, and our officials are doing an extraordinary job in their support to Australians and their coordination with other partners. The other thing, Prime Minister, I wanted to update on briefly is to confirm the DFAT facilitated flight arrived from Denpasar to Darwin last night with 186 passengers on board. Today, our fifth facilitated flight from Johannesburg also landed in Darwin with 172 passengers. We have 7 more facilitated flights scheduled in August from London, from New Delhi and from Istanbul, and 16 DFAT flights scheduled to arrive in the Northern Territory in the next month from India, from Turkey, from the United Kingdom, South Africa, Germany and other locations. Thus far, during the pandemic, we've facilitated 164 flights on which over 24,500 Australians have returned. To just summarise very briefly in relation to the Afghanistan position, our ongoing activities are underway 24/7. 24/7 here in Canberra and 24/7 in the Middle East and in Kabul. I want to thank again all those officials. It is a very challenging task, but we are making good progress working with partners and staying in touch with our Australian citizens and with visa holders.